slides out.
I think everybody's here now. Yeah. Hope you enjoyed your break. If you go to the British Library at the moment, there's an exhibition called Writing Britain. Some of you might have seen it. And one of the fascinating things is the original manuscripts of so many writers are on display. Fascinating, for example, to see that the very first Harry Potter was written by J.K. Rowling in a notebook that looks as though she bought it from Poundland, which she probably did because she was a teacher at the time and not earning big bucks, of course. But obviously, being the British Library, there's a Charles Dickens manuscript, our mutual friend. I thought I can't let the year go by without writing a poem for Charlie, because it's his 200th anniversary, of course. So this is Charlie's Me Darling. Happy birthday, Charlie. Your dozens of characters, your millions of readers raise a glass. Come forth from your plain stone and dance. Have a sandwich, we've cut the corners. At 200 your teeth may not be what they were. I won't list every treat on the groaning table, from ale to sack to pie to truffle. This feast is shared everywhere pages turn, and readers discover your world, the consciences you pricked, the cruelty you challenged. Happy birthday, Charlie. Let the bells ring out. Let great expectations be nurtured. Let the poor continue to press for more. Hang this carol in your beard. I'm going to read a few poems from my new collection, which just came out this year. It's called Looking for Eden, and the title poem was inspired by a conversation with a friend of mine who lives in Glasgow. I've known for years, and we've together travelled around practically every part of Scotland there is. So we were having a chat on the phone, and he said some things which I thought, well, there's a found poem. Let's take a last look at Eden, you said, your deep Glasgow burr causing the phone to rumble in my paw. I knew what you meant, the wild what have you of Campbelltown, the Isle of Arran, rainy Wick, where drinkers stand at the bar and a dog munches on crisps. An 80 shilling and a groose gleaming in the one bulb light, that's Eden all right. Remember, you said, my fine poet of a posh Glasgow suburb with its golf club on a hill. Remember, you'll live long on a diet of curry, whiskey and cigarettes. It was sound advice, in the sense of, I like the sound of it, rather than anything else. Another cultural tip is, you're probably aware, the pre-Raphaelite exhibitions just started at the Tate Britain, and it's a poem about Edward Burne-Jones. Apparently died of a heart attack on the 17th of June 1898 while painting the sleep of King Arthur in Avalon, so a certain amount of irony there. His friends knew him as Ned, so this is Ned's last stroke. When the light faded forever, he was working on a huge canvas. Did Ned have a title on that faithful noon of after, as he communed with the slumber of King Arthur? What was the final stroke? A brush raised to tinker with raven tresses, more shine on a knight's mighty blade, a rosier hue to a romantic sky. Did the brush fall as he clutched his chest? Did he gasp and sit heavily on a chair? How many kinds of light at play when his inner light faded to grey, and he joined Arthur in a noble sleep, guardians of the holy keep? This, of course, is our Salute September show, so here is a poem called A Song in September. It's Sunday evening and we're cooking. You're wringing the hell out of spinach, I'm beating up on eggs and cream. Large G&Ts to hand, Bessie Smith on the gramophone. A lot of bad men done her wrong, but she sure fucked them first. I decant Rioja, you roll out pastry. I chop carrots, you sashay into my arms. We ain't eaten nothing killed on farms. It's Sunday evening, we've got the best seats in the house. I fry garlic and leeks. Anything we find we souse in butter of the baddest, creamiest kind. Your shape fits easily into mine. We drink red wine, we unwind. Like that robin on the tree, singing his pure September heart out. Well, I woke up this morning, I'm a bird, I'm honest, I'm free. This is a poem called For Rachel Corrie, and I've read this many times before, but it's become relevant again. Rachel Corrie was a young American who volunteered for the International Solidarity Movement, and she was killed by an Israeli bulldozer in the Gaza Strip while trying to protect a Palestinian home from demolition, and she was just 23. And a couple of weeks ago, her parents, having taken a civil suit against the Israeli government, an Israeli court decided that the Israeli government had no responsibility for her death, despite the fact that the bulldozer driver, according to many witnesses, could clearly see her. So, so this is Rachel, and she could be anybody's friend, anybody's sister, anybody's daughter. Because you were just 23 and brilliantly unafraid, I loved you. Because you loved Palestine and I loved Palestine, I loved you. Because you wrote quirky poetry about Dairy Queen and I'm not familiar with that scene, I loved you. Because you stood between the bulldozers and the homes of the poor, I loved you. Because you accepted people and they accepted you, I loved you. Because you lived among those whose lives and welfare were completely strangled, I loved you. Because you spoke up for them and sacrificed your life for them, I loved you. Because when you were 10, you dreamed to stop hunger by the year 2000, I loved you. Because you looked into the future and saw the light that shines, I loved you. Because you believed we're all the same inside, I loved you. Because you looked at the wide world and went to it, I loved you. Because you worried you would have nightmares on your return from Palestine and feel guilty for not being there, I loved you. Because you were as rare as a Monday morning when everyone dances on their way to work. Okay, this is my, thank you very much, this is my last poem of the evening, and a few weeks ago we had the furore over Harry being found naked in a hotel room in Las Vegas, and of course today we have Kate photographed topless in, come in. We have Kate photographed topless in France, and also the naked Rambler has been sent to prison again for another stretch because he won't put his clothes on, which is just ridiculous. So I think we just need to get over the fact, okay, that underneath our clothes we're all naked, right? It's true. So let me share this with you in a poem called The Naked Poem. People should spend more time naked. If we all took our clothes off, there would be less differences than you might imagine. Think of those times when awake on a summer morning, you tiptoe to the bathroom naked, blessed only with your fine cloth of flesh, and silkily urinate. People should spend more time naked. Underpants are uncomfortable, brassieres imprison proud nipples, shoes strangle toes quivering to explore, trousers deny sunlight to pallid knees, to genitals those precious plants of life. Clothes should only be worn out of doors on cold days in Alaska to protect tough lumberjacks from falling trees. Discover yourself. take your clothes off. Now. It's warm enough in here to fry breakfast on the floor. Let your fingers do the walking. Explore your neighbour, explore yourself. Imagine a dog on a winter day rolling naked in snow. Think of fat cows at Christmas, patiently standing naked in straw. People should do more things naked. Watch television naked. Drive your car naked. Fall into yoga postures naked. Open the door to friends naked. Make political speeches without clothes on. Arrive at work naked. Go swimming naked. Get married in saintly churches naked. Go to war naked. Do not clothe yourself with guns. Understand nakedness. Unclothe your mind. Do not be ashamed of breasts, penises, fat thighs. Ignore the fat cats queuing up in silk shirts, waiting to die. Dress yourself only in nakedness, a fine suit fashioned by the natural tailor of natural joy. Spend the rest of this week naked. Leave Dodo Modern Poets, 14th of September 2012. Salute September show at the Poetry Cafe, Covent Garden. Naked. Begin now by removing your wristwatch.